It was Super Ninja.
Hi-ya!
First, Chemo stood up to him
Hi-ya!
and was downed. Then Reed Smith flew in
Hi-ya!
and was grounded. But now it's his karate against mine.
Hi-ya!
Chuck Norris Karate Commandos. Chuck Norris, Super Ninja, Reed Smith, Chemo, and other figures sold separately. New from Kenner.
Are you ready? Because once you bite into a Three Musketeers bar, there's no turning back. It's so light it lifts you to the limit in chocolate taste, with the center ripped like a chocolate cloud and coated in velvet smooth chocolate. Go on, lighten up with Three Musketeers and let your spirits soar.
The home has always been an oasis of tranquility in a hectic world.
It's tea time.
But not with Nerf Indoor Golf. Nerf Golf lets you turn your home into a 9-hole course with some of the toughest holes you can imagine. And with Nerf Golf, it's tough to make a disastrous shot because the balls are soft and safe. Nerf Indoor Golf, the 9-hole golf game with clubs you put together. New from Parker Brothers.
This is ABC.
I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid.
You just said the magic words that look like you did. I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid.
You'll get the best for so much less. You folks will flip the lid.
This bit's new and hot.
It's a toy they've got.
And the prices are hard to beat. I don't want to grow up. 'Cause if I did, you couldn't be a Toys R Us kid. More games, more toys. It's the world's biggest toy store. Let's go.
Tony Danza of Who's the Boss, Monday on Dayline.
I gotta feel the taste, gotta make it right, gotta taste it now, gotta get pumped, yeah, gotta get pumped. I gotta come.
Thank you, Vance. You see that sign over there that says rib tips?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you don't want to go over there. You ever had a good rib? You like a rib tip?
I do like a rib tip. You had rib tips recently, didn't you?
I had a short rib.
Neighbor
brought some stuff that was in it.
What was the flavoring? Talking Pakistani, right?
Correct.
What spices are we talking about?
Who was over here? Oh,
cumin.
Somebody said it was a curry kind of thing.
Okay.
But I don't know.
It's probably similar to an Indian curry. With some opium thrown in for good measure.
Sure, why wouldn't you? Hey everybody, welcome to Grown Man Record Night. Friday night.
I do want to start with a shout out.
Sure.
I mean, he's not watching, but it's my son's birthday.
Oh, hell yeah.
April 12th.
How old?
34.
That is fucking crazy.
Isn't that crazy? Older than a lot of you motherfuckers.
No, are you kidding me? This is the fucking oldest crowd in fucking DC. These motherfuckers are depended up right now.
No, but Steven's a cool dude.
Yeah, hell yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, we had a good time playing some records, hanging out tonight. We got Steve Fever back. Not been here in a little bit, so it's always a good time. Always a good time. Played some cool records tonight. This was a set. We had some stees coming from this set. We close this. We got some bugs coming in here. Also, my house smells like kerosene. I think some kerosene spilled. I'm a little bit pissed off about it. Yeah. So we got coming up on this episode of the program. We're going to have a fucking epic dig of the week that I've been sitting on these records for a while. And I'm looking forward to bringing them to the forefront. I'm really looking forward to mashing that head, Steve.
Okay. Like Dr. Pimple Popper?
I'm already regretting saying it that way.
I'm going to tell you this, but I probably shouldn't.
Sure.
It's my mom, man. I won't tell you.
Huh?
So I get these notifications every day that says that my mom has sent me a message on TikTok.
On TikTok? Your mom's on TikTok?
Almost every day she sends me a message.
Huh.
But she doesn't know what she's sending. She doesn't know that she's sending me a message.
Oh.
There are these Dr. Pimple Popper videos that she watches.
Oh, she's addicted to
She's
those.
addicted to Dr. Pimple Popper.
The boss
And
man.
they are so disgusting. They are so fucking disgusting.
I don't watch that shit, but there is something...
Sorry, Mom. She's not watching either.
...remarkably satisfying about those.
I love it.
I get it, but like I don't watch them.
Right.
But
No. It's one of those you can't look away kind of things.
I've told this story before. There's when I was looking for there was an Aphex Twin thing, and you can find this right now if you look. I think it's spelled weird or something. Do Brits spell enormous weird?
Nate says his wife watches it.
Hell yeah. Do the Brit? You know how they put a U in color over there?
Yeah.
Do they spell enormous?
Flavor has a U in it.
How about enormous? Is it spelled differently? It could have just been
the must part has a U in it. Enormous.
Yeah.
O-U-S.
Anyway, I was looking up this thing about Aphex Twin. Richard D. James is supposedly in this guy's studio, and the guy's studio was called Tuss Studios.
Tuss?
T-U-S-S. And so when I'm looking this up, this video comes up that says enormous Tuss. And it's this guy pulling this thing out of like his cheek. And it's like a white ball or a gray ball.
Yeah.
It looks like a...
We'd probably call that a whitehead.
No.
No?
No.
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 Are you from Canada?
This is fucking...
No.
This is brutal. It's brutal.
But it's probably just a whitehead gone on steroids.
His sink looks like he'd given a squirrel an abortion after the...
Wow.
It's bad.
Okay.
Anyway.
Well, we want you to watch this instead.
Yeah, don't look that up right now. Yeah. If Steve telling a joke and his mom messes it on TikTok is the setup. No. That was not a setup.
No.
That was not a setup.
I'm not making this shit up.
Yeah. I mean, the best stuff is not. This stuff's not made up. Big time this week. The eclipse came through. What did you do for the eclipse? You do anything? Did you walk outside?
No, I just stayed at my desk and watched.
You stayed at your desk?
I watched it on TV. I mean, NASA had it up the whole time, and everybody was taking NASA's shot. And it was fun to watch it because you could constantly see it updating, like as it went to every city, every major city along the way, and they just followed it, and it was really cool. Of course, everybody was stupid. You could hear the people like, "Oh my god!" I mean,
kids squealing.
I mean, maybe I'll shit my pants if I see it one day. I think 10 years from now it's going to come through here, like Charlotte's in the path.
Yeah,
I think we're in the path.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna get a band together and we're gonna play Pink Floyd's Eclipse while it's going because it's like 4.5 minutes, right?
Sure,
it's perfect.
Yeah. So I did go outside. We were like 80% or whatever here.
Yeah.
So it got a little darker or whatever, but I went outside to experience it. And it does feel different. There was like a thing. It was palpable, whatever that is.
How was it quiet? Like birds.
It was, except for the other people yapping out there. But yeah, it was different. Things felt different, whatever.
Humans were fucking it up.
Cameraman and our other pal Dave, they drove from here in North Carolina. They drove out to Indiana, and saw the real shit.
If it comes through here, a really cool place to go would be like Pilot Mountain.
Oh yeah, something like that. I'd rather do that.
On top of one of the rocks at Pilot Mountain.
Yeah, but anyway, they went out there and experienced the whole fucking shebang. Drove. I mean, I don't know how many hours it was to get out there, but it was like the Indiana-Illinois border, however far that would be.
Okay,
it ain't close.
No, because you've got to go on the western side of Indiana to really get a better view, probably, because it was right on the line, like where my parents grew up. It's like on the Ohio River near Cincinnati in Indiana. That's Switzerland County. VV and Rising Sun and
Vance brings up a good point. Did you hear about the Mexican TV station that in the nutsack eclipse? Did you hear about that?
What?
They were showing these like shots of the eclipse and graphics and different things and different boxes and stuff. Then they cut to some shot and it was somebody's nutsack. It's true story. That really happened.
I gotta
that happened on Mexican television.
I gotta find that
on Mexican television. Yeah, it was crazy. Oh, Bill says he was in Totality and was epic. Yeah, I think, but that would be really cool. It reminded me. I remember when I was a kid, the eclipse came through, and we were out in the yard checking it out, and my dad had the glasses and shit, and so I asked my dad, can you tell me how the eclipse works? And my dad is like looking up with his glasses like this. And he takes them off and he goes, "No, son." Talking about the hoop?
This is really cool.
That was my Easter basket.
That is so cool. I love that because then you can use it as a basket.
Correct.
You're gonna cut the bottom out?
No, I was using a little trash can in here. If people throw away little things, we could.
It's funny that no one's used it.
Of course not. Of course not. Why would you do that when you could just throw shit on the floor?
I can throw this toothpick in there.
Sure. I wonder what year that's from. Again, thanks everybody for joining Squirrel Man Record Night. Fantastic evening, spinning records, hanging out. We got an epic dig of the week. We got a so to speak. We got a chip chat coming your way. We're going to do big
watching?
Things.
Griffin?
Aaron was in here earlier.
You in here, Aaron? You need to come see me and get that case that I have, that Sony case I have waiting for you.
And come be on the show while you're here.
I'll give you some. I'll hook you up, man. I got tons of like gels and a bunch of Tough Spun. You can have as much as you want.
Aaron gets to reach into the sack. Yeah, dusty sack.
I got an album this week that reminds me of Steve Sack, but I think it's going to be someone else's sack. We'll talk about that later. That's a tease.
Is it?
Dig of the week.
I want to do a shot right now.
Whose sack am I going to display on Dig of the Week?
Man, I've been relatively sober.
Yeah, you've been doing good.
Yeah, I'm doing better.
I think you have a strong will.
I do. I can.
Like when you want to go keto, you go keto. When you want to do this, you do this.
Want to stop smoking?
You want to
Boom.
be stupid? You be stupid.
Yep. And at some point, I was like, actually, the tipping off point, which is, it sounds really crazy as I'm fucking pouring the shot.
Dude, are people making other shot emojis?
Sure, absolutely.
I hope so.
But as I'm pouring this, it feels weird to say this, but it was beginning to feel like kind of like with cigarettes or nicotine, where I was like, I felt like I needed it, or like there was days where I was like, oh, I don't want to drink. I'm just going to play Call of Duty. I'm going to stream, whatever. Next thing you know, I'm doing like 2 shots.
Well,
like,
let me speak on that. And you're talking about alcohol. I'm talking about Hape.
Are you on the Hape? Are you?
I'm going to say this. As much as I like it, I realized I'm using it like most people don't use it. I use it like a smoke break. And that's not what people use it for. They use it for like ceremonial.
And you find yourself forgetting your keys and shit?
No, this shit's expensive. And it's like, I might as well be going and buying snuff in the store, and just doing snuff. But this shit is fucking expensive. And I'm thinking, why doesn't someone sell it locally? It's basically tobacco mixed with Amazonian
peyote
plant ash from the Amazonian rainforest.
Sure it is.
So I imagine if it gets popular, it's going to be a problem because people are going to want to go burn a bunch of plants in the Amazonian rainforest.
Makes sense. So Merv said, Fireball, 21 count of steakums, Wise onion rings. Dude.
Oh, and those are
Wise
awesome.
Onion rings.
With steakums?
That's God tier right there. Hot take for a lot of people, Wise onion rings by far over Funyuns.
I'll tell you, those spicy Funyuns I brought here a couple weeks ago. Those were was that last week? No, I wasn't here last week.
That was like a month ago.
No, it was like 2 weeks ago. It was 2 weeks ago.
Okay. Let's do this shot.
Okay.
I need a little goozling.
Is this for OJ?
Sure. I need a little liquid goozle.
I'm gonna take to make sure the knives are nowhere near you. Oh shit. What'd you say, OJ? He quit taking his medicine, so his hand swelled up?
I read this today. I guess they knew. Apparently, this is people that follow the case knew this or was alleging this for a long time. But I found it to be pretty interesting. The whole glove thing.
Yeah, if it doesn't fit, you must have quit.
Right. And apparently, OJ had arthritis in his hands pretty bad. And stopped taking his medicine because there was a ploy. They knew they were like, oh, yeah, well, let's see the gloves then. He stopped taking it, so his hands like swelled up like fuck. So when he goes to try on the gloves, they don't fit. It was all according to them, it was all a ploy.
In '96, when I went out and visited Jack, and I went and saw King Crimson at the Wiltern. Jack lived in Santa Monica, not too far from the UCLA campus, and he had a bike, so I borrowed his bicycle and I rode my bike over to the scene.
Really?
Last thing we did before Jack actually left for LA was sat and watch. We were in his living room when that shit happened. We were sitting in his living room watching the chase.
Taking bong rips, watching the OJ?
Yeah, and then he basically, a month or two later, he was headed to LA. So when I went out there, I kind of just checked out the scene of the crime.
Dude, I'll tell you because I was in high school when it happened, but I went to, that's right where I got my first internship in television. And so I got to work, actually a competing TV station I worked at in high school. And so I did various things in the morning, and in the afternoon, I was getting ready to go to meteorology school, so they worked out a deal where in the afternoon I got to hang out with
Was that in Asheville?
At 2.
Meteorology school?
No, State.
Oh, State.
So they made a deal where I hang out with the chief meteorologist in the afternoons, and I'll help them do whatever they need during the first part of the day. Well, some of that included clerical stuff, copying stuff, filing stuff, all that things. And also,
was that at Channel 2 with Randy Jackson?
Yes. And
did he touch you?
No, only in a positive way. High-fiving because we're both Cub fans. Actually, there wasn't a lot of high-fiving in the 90s. I'll just we can skip that part. But no, so one of the other things I had to do was run the switchboard, which sounds kind of cool, except I have a phone phobia, which that doesn't work out. And also it was during the OJ trial.
Oh.
So every day, old women, very pissed off old women, I might add.
About their shows being preempted?
About their stories. Old women yelling at me because their stories are not on because we're showing the OJ trial.
They do that all the time.
Oh,
I hear it from our receptionist all the time.
And
if we preempt soap operas, not that there are any anymore.
And I'm 17, like, oh, I can take down your number and I can have somebody call you back. I need help. But I'm like, I'm waving at people and they're waving back. I'm like, no, I need somebody
They're like,
else.
fuck, I'm not going over there.
Nope.
They're like, they know exactly what's going on.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That's funny.
Kratom with Kato sounds like a public access show. That's not bad.
I saw him on something recently.
Steve, did you do Kratom with Kato? That's how this came about.
Did you do Kratom? No.
You go back out in his shed and do some hape?
I'm trying to think. What were we into back then? Nah. I got to go to Activision though. Jack was actually at the time he was working at Activision. I think he was still a beta tester. So what they would do is they would sleep in the morning, sleep all day, and then they get up like 4 and then go into work at Activision, and they had these really cool like setups. Like everybody had these, you see them now all the time, where you sit in this really cool chair and it's really comfortable. It's got speakers, and you're basically the mech. And they were test driving it basically, trying to make it fuck up. Yeah, but it was really cool. It was back in the early days of networking games, so it was all networked with these other guys that were playing mechs. That was really interesting. And then of course he became like lead designer and all that shit. So.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Activision's kind of the enemy now.
Yeah, things have changed.
They run Call of Duty and not well.
No,
not well. That's okay. That's a story for another time. Hey, I had a great time last night over on Mr. Bizarro's channel. Did a little Cerberus session over there last night. It was a lot of fun. Got to play some records. He played some great sets. I played some pretty kick-ass tunes. I appreciate everybody dropping by from the Record Night community that did, and got to do a little jibber jabber with our pal Bobby Gass at the end of the night. And that's always a pleasure as well. Always love Bobby.
And Jay was with you, right?
Jay was over here hanging out.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was good stuff. There, speaking of Mr. B, there he is right there. So what have you been up to? I have nothing for news.
I'm very busy right now. But these are like big fucking things.
I mean personal busy.
Well, work, but it's very with me. Here's the weird thing about me. I've realized that nobody has a job like I have, where it's like it's up to me to decide what Steve's going to do next. That's going to like go, wow, that's really cool. Most people come to work. You come to work and you're told what you do, and they give you your assignment, and you do your assignments, and you go through the list and you knock it out and you go home. But it's like I've got to come up with something that's like, okay, so this is what's going on. Like Merlefest is happening. It starts April 25th and goes through the 28th, Thursday through Sunday.
Named after Merle Watson, if you don't know the story about
Merle Watson. His son, our Doc Watson's son Merle, was drunk on a tractor one night and he died. So I'm sure he crashed a tractor into something and died.
Tractors will fuck you up.
They have this music festival in honor of him, and it's actually some of the best live sound I've ever heard because of it's at Wilkes Community College on the campus, and it's nestled in these hills. These are the foothills of North Carolina before you get to the deep Appalachian Mountains. It's the foothills, and you get these wonderful bowls, basically.
Yeah, there's wonderful bowls up there, boy. Let me tell you.
The stage is set up is between the bowls, and it's just like there's one hillside stage that's my favorite place to see a show because the band plays up into the hill, and everybody's sitting on the hill, and it's awesome. But so our station goes up there. We're always a media sponsor, and we do a lot of media coverage, but for what we do in promotions and marketing, and we sell the news. So we go up there with a tent, and they give us a tent, and you're supposed to like hand out tchotchkes and stuff, But it's like most of these people.
Hey, you want to sign up for a credit card?
Most of these people aren't even in our market and don't give a shit who we are.
Sure.
So it's like we kind of quit getting involved in it. But yeah. I'm like, there's no reason. Why can't we do this? So
what up, Dan?
I'm a musician. One of our anchors is a musician, not really, but she's learning music, and she's very she would be the one walking around with the mic and kind of having fun with it. One of our lead anchors, who's retired, is a songwriter and a musician. And because of what I did last year for the summer concert series, there's this one guy that stood out to me like, this guy is Merle Fest.
Oh, yeah, this guy, he's such a great picker.
So I found Luke Mears, who plays his favorite musician is Jerry Reed, and he's written a song about Jerry Reed, and he plays it in the style of Jerry Reed. He's amazing. So I've got Luke Mears coming, and this woman I met about a month ago named Vicky Genfan. Like she's traveled the world.
That's a made up name.
She plays like Michael Hedges. But she had never heard of Michael Hedges. She just likes to retune her guitar 30 times during a concert and then play it, and a lot of times she's tapping. It's fucking amazing. So I brought these two people to join us, and I'm just, like I told them, I was like, we're just going to hang on for dear life and have fun. But I told them, if we only get one hit, because we'll get these live shots during while we're out there from like 4 to 6:30, I want them all. Because I think I can have this person play something really cool, this person play something really cool, then we play something together. But I said, if we only get one, I wrote this song a couple years ago. It's a jingle for the station, and they've actually made a banner with the jingle like logo and a QR code so people can watch the music video that I made, which I'm updating now because news is a revolving door.
Merv, or is it an almost Merle?
So that's my plan. That's I came up with that to do. So that's what I'm doing right now.
Hell yeah. Metal Theologian says you should hand out butt plugs with the competing channel's name on it. That's not a bad idea.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, take some like take like the actually it would probably go over well. If I was going to say use the other station's logo and put like a rebel flag on it, or like God. You know, like. But they'd probably be like, hell yeah, boy, what the fuck? Hell yeah.
We'd lose a lot of viewers.
That channel.
This is Wilkes County you're talking
about. That channel 2, boy, they know what the fuck's up. Oh, that's hilarious. But there's nothing funny about racism, folks.
We used to go up there every year for the Apple Festival. They have a great place to go when the apples are ripe.
It's a big Honey Crisp.
Yeah,
it's a Honey Crisp area.
Well, not so much.
No,
that's up in like Michigan or something.
I thought the ones
but they do grow them though.
Oh yeah, that's my favorite apple.
But if you can find the right guy, a grower, and you get to know him, there's this one guy that always comes.
I know growers, baby.
They also have brandy. It's basically moonshine made with apples.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can get your hands on some of that homemade brandy.
Ooh, a little package. Oh, Trish. Oh yeah.
Just in time for summer.
It is getting hot out there.
She sent you a summer playlist.
The Trish summer mix. Those are probably probably my favorites. They got a vibe about them. They got that kind of island summertime vibe. So
you're ready, to put on Summer Rental and get ready, just get into it.
It's funny, as much as I hate hot weather, and
really, I think she made that because there is no soundtrack for Summer Rental.
No. Dave made the soundtrack.
Oh.
DJ Thunder made the soundtrack.
Oh.
Yeah. I
don't remember shit.
No, it's the Hoppe, Steve. It's rotting your fucking brain. It's rotting your brain, dude. Aaron says he's got chips. He needs to send you. Keep forgetting. You got to bring him up here in person.
No, just come in person. We'll hang out.
Were you here when he's?
I'll buy you lunch. You bought us lunch last time.
Let's not get carried away.
We'll put it on the company Amex.
Yeah. If you missed that, Aaron, Steve said he's got a case and a bunch of gels and shit for you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he was in here. He could have been. He could have been, pinching a loaf or something. Aaron's a pretty big loaf pitcher.
Yeah,
he's into it.
Wow.
Boy, have I got some. This whole fucking shebang is going to be like it's going to be Wild Card City. I don't know if you ever taken that trip to Wild Card City, but we got a little one coming up here momentarily. But also came out today. Fu Manchu, love the Fu here, of course, and At the Dojo Records was kind of their label. To celebrate the 20th anniversary of the band's live debut, the band's debut live album, they're re-releasing this first ever repress of it. It's been out of print since the original. 22-song release was recorded on the band's 2002 California Crossing World Tour, which marked the debut of drummer Scott Reeder.
That's a real pretty spread there. Scott Reeder was the drummer?
Yeah. But, yeah. Interesting to check that out. Actually, I clicked on it. It's supposed to be pretty limited. I clicked on this, and it was like $35. I don't know about that. I guess that's normal. I don't know about that, though. I don't know about it. Now,
I will say this. You talked about this a couple weeks ago already, but I saw it in person this week when I was out getting a record. And to see a Clutch record and it says $57 on it.
Oh, are we starting this?
No, I'm not starting this. I'm just going to say it didn't put a good taste in my mouth.
What the fuck are they thinking? What the fuck are they thinking?
They're just thinking hardcore listeners that have to have those weird, rare tracks that they hadn't released or whatever.
Again, my point was when Zongman was talking about this, it's like, if this is a super limited collectory thing, awesome, and then in 4 months they're going to release a fucking $25 version, no harm, no foul. I'm picking up what you're putting down. You jump in on the early thing, you get the collectible thing, you're the big fans. Sure. If this is the only version of this that's going to come out, fuck off. That's all I'll say. Anyway. But yeah, $56 for a Clutch record. Let's go back to Wildcard City. I'm telling you, I pulled some fucking weirdo shit. Do you know when Record Store Day is? Is it next week or the next week?
420?
Because I was wondering if people...
I got a gig 420, by the way.
Because initially, as I was going through the stuff that came out today, I was already like looking at... You think it's next week? That's 420. So yeah.
Let me send you something real quick.
But
I'll just show it.
Already there's like no news coming on this week. Like I had really nothing to talk about like that happened this week or whatever. And then there was it'll be blown out as fuck.
Will it?
Yeah. Well, maybe not. That's not bad.
Yeah, that's my poster for the 420 show.
Got weed in it.
That'll work. They don't need to see the logo.
But no, so there was relatively nothing to talk about news-wise tonight. So I skipped ahead to, I was like, okay, I'll just kind of go a little thicker on some of the stuff that came out today, which is fun to do anyway. As I'm looking through this list, I'm like, there's not fucking jack dick on this list. Like, what the fuck is going on?
They're waiting for
Yeah, then I realized, like, oh, they're probably waiting for Record Store Day. But what that allowed me to do, and I immediately ate those words, is when I started looking at it from this perspective. And the perspective I'm talking about is that fucking wild card perspective. Because what I ended up doing was kind of creating, other than that Fu Manchu, the other stuff we're talking about are pretty much all fucking wild cards that I just took a stab on, listened to, and I was like, what the fuck? And this is, I'm excited about this. A lot of times these lists can be kind of pedantic and we kind of just scroll on through, sachet, get it out of the way kind of thing.
So you listen to all of it?
I listen to pretty much all of these. Now the first one here, definitely a wild card, but the cover drew me in. Die Baron Geren, What Eludes Us. This is, I thought this was going to be like punky or new wave. It's got new wave written all over it. Maybe because the guy looks like fucking Talking Heads dude.
It's Die Baron Geren.
2.5 years after Acclaim last release, This is considered piano jazz, but modern piano jazz. Now I know what you're thinking. Piano jazz, get the fuck out of here, right?
No, if it's like,
but no,
Keith Jarrett.
There's also like fuzzy guitars, and like weird synth shit going on, kind of cosmic sounding stuff. And I sat down and listened.
Like Eddie Harris kind of a jazz.
No, I mean weirder.
Oh wow,
weirder. Very much a modern take. With some nice piano stuff going on there, but like, everything melding together was a brain fuck of what was going on, and an interesting way of kind of modernizing a piano jazz genre that's probably overlooked, and it's not really most people's bag nowadays. Let me see what they said here. The result turns out to be compelling music with deceptive rhythms, clear melodies, and uninhibited electronics in a way that also managed to surprise themselves as they recorded it. And it's true. So check it out. If you're just looking for something weird to fucking throw a YouTube or a Bandcamp on, check it out. This is some weird, wild stuff here. More weird, wild stuff, and a couple of these kind of fall into this category. Again, I was kind of struck by the cover here. I don't like the name Dog Unit. I don't like that name. I'll just be honest. The name of the album's At Home. These guys are from London, England. They're described as electronic music played by a post-rock band that you can dance to. And this is exactly, that's pretty much spot on. So it's like, imagine, when I say post-rock, imagine like stuff like Pelican or Russian Circles, but take all the heaviness out. It's those nice droney kind of guitar lines that just kind of, instrumental, just kind of meanders around and does its thing. I found it to be a really, really fantastic listen this afternoon. It just kind of fit the vibe of what was going on. But I really enjoyed this, and I like that kind of stuff. I've really liked it when Pelican and Russian Circles do that, where it's like they have some super heavy thunder and riffage, but then they drop back into that post-rock interludes and stuff. And I think the two mesh together. This kind of strips all that out to where it's just the post-rock stuff. But I really dug it. What up, Vag Poo? Light post-rock? Yeah, it's pretty much like what it is, 100%. And another one that kind of...
Did you say Vag Poop?
Correct.
Nice.
Here's another one, drawn in by the cover. And I think this actually is a 7-inch. I was drawn.
Cool.
I was drawn by the cover, and then I saw it was on Sub Pop, and
I play the bass.
And it's again, it's got that post rock kind of vibe
to it. Is it just bass and drums?
I don't know. Purveyors of entrancing drone, tactile textures, slow-mo polyrhythm, and skewed riff.
I bet it is.
It's abstract modern rock. It has that post-rock sound, like for their like verses. Then they get kind of noisy at times.
I don't know what you're saying.
They even have like at times it kind of reminds me of Sonic Youth vocally. Really good band. Fax, F-A-C-S is the name of the band.
You're saying a lot of reverb.
North American Endless. Yeah. This new single features an exclusive original A-side, North American Endless, and the other side is a cover of the Eurythmics song, Take Me to Your Heart. 1,000 copies worldwide. It comes on that fucking white vinyl. Scoop it up. It's worth a listen. All these are worth a listen, I'm telling you. I wouldn't steer you wrong. Your pal wouldn't steer you wrong. Would he? You would want me to get in trouble. No, would you? I know this band. I think we've talked about a reissue that came out from these guys before, and but I saw it pop up, and man, it's definitely worth a listen. Not enough people know about Hogan's Heroes. A hardcore band from I think it's 1990, like early 90s. Yeah, I hate that fucking show.
I hate that show.
It's terrible. But this is a lot of people's a low-key hidden gem, especially for 90s hardcore. And this is the only record I think they ever put out. And it wasn't available, I don't think, for very long. This is Coke Bottle Green on New Red Archives, and that's in cahoots with Cleopatra somehow. I don't know the connection between New Red Archives and Cleopatra, but they're connected. I did learn that. Sources have told me they are connected. We can be assured of that, I assure you. But yeah, I jammed that today. Fucking great tight riffs for a hardcore band. Tight riffs. Vocals were just aggressive enough. Felt like they were about to just fucking fall off the rails, but they just held that edge. You know what I mean? Because a lot of bands like that, you go too far over the edge, It gets too noisy. It gets too washed out. You lose people. This is the perfect. It rides that perfect edge. Punk rock people like it. Hardcore people like it. I mean, even like a metalhead would like this. It's got some nice aggressive shit working with them, man. Don't think I freaking hated Hogan Heroes TV. Yeah, it's awful. I hated it.
Hogan.
Here's another one. Let me try to remember. God, I remember listening to this. Now I don't remember exactly which one it was. The name of the band is Melts. The name of the album is Field Theory. It's on a label called Fuzz Club. I do remember this. This is they're from Dublin. It's a
cool cover.
Yeah. Recorded in 2023. It's a collection of turbulent electronic psych rock shaped by the bulldozing motoric synth lines. These are all good terms. Densely layered guitars, primal percussions, and carnivorous vocals. That's some nice descriptive writing right there. And that pretty much tells the story, if it's what I'm remembering. Really, really cool stuff worth checking out. Melts. So I'm telling you tonight, it's the night of the fucking wild card. We're in the middle of a fucking serious wild card session. Chechenian. What did I say? This right here sounds like... This 100% sounded like... honestly, when I saw this, I was like, oh, this looks like a band Ryan Kidd would talk about. And I kind of checked it out. Cult of the Sleazoids. It's got Ryan Kidd written all over it. It's on Spin Out Nuggets. They're also British. Blistering garage punk three-piece formed in 2016. Makes a unique version of classic garage rock songs amongst their own original numbers. Raw energy of 60 psych bands like the Count 5, the Monks, the Seeds, with experimental psychotic sounds of Suicide, Sonic Youth, and The Fall. And I jammed this today, really fucking loved it, and the fucking nail in that coffin was the first song I heard from these guys was called VHS Death. And I think it was a chick singer talking about, I want to go home and watch my tapes in my basement, like just talking about like back in the day what it was like to go rent some tapes and come home and have a fucking evening about it.
Okay.
It was great. But if you like that kind of modern garagey shit, I don't even want to say modern garagey. It sounds like it's like throwback classic garagey. Because you could say modern garagey, you could get into, you could even throw King Gizzard or some of the stuff they do, which it is, but like this is like sounds like something that's from back then. Yeah. Anyway, and finally this one,
like B-52s or something.
Like these guys?
Yeah.
No, like the Seeds or the Sonics or from that early '60s garage stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And people that are obviously obsessed with like horror movies and comics and that whole like almost like the Misfits have that kind of vibe about them.
Right.
It's similar kind of vibe, it seemed like. And this one is one I stumbled on late. I thought I was done making this list, and I skipped it, and I was scrolling back through to get some other information. I saw the cover again. I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. I was like, God, I've got to look this up. And it was one that it just listed the record and the label, which is Subsound Records. There was no description. It didn't So I started doing my own research and found this little article that looked like this is a brand new record, but it looked like the article was written in like fucking 1998 on a website that would still use frames. I mean, it was terrible. But what they said was, you've just discovered Trom 2. Congratulations. What have you won? Well, a lovely trip through time and space, courtesy of Trom's psyched out, krautrock infused debut album. It's a wonderfully layered and masterful self-titled debut from members of a number of... these guys are Italian. So there have been some other Italian bands. I'm not going to list all these shits. But you can expect mesmerizing synths surrounded by trippy guitar lines and hypnotic drumming. Deeply cinematic and instrumental music. It's so good. It's krautrock with some fuzzy guitars, but then the guitars go into like some nice, dare I say, proggy, like where there's some harmonies and there's some really strong instrumentation going on. It's not just it's not just your normal krautrock stuff, and then when they go off and just making a bunch of noise and stuff, which I love, but like this is like intricate guitar work,
like Steven Wilson kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's not that vibe, but that level of musicianship,
but not Dream Theater.
No, I mean, you could guitar wise and lead wise, it's that kind of thing with some nice overlaying of.
Did I tell you I got tickets to go see Beat?
Oh, that's the new
Adrian Belew,
yeah.
Tony Levin, and Steve Vai, and Danny Carey.
What? How big of a space?
It's kind of like the Tanger Center. It's in Charlotte because they have Broadway plays there as well, so it's got to be the same as Tanger.
Oh, so it's a
couple thousand, maybe. Yeah, it's a sit-down theater, probably. Yeah. It's King Crimson.
Yeah, that's cool. What's your thoughts on sitting down at a concert?
I don't fucking care. I'm there to listen.
Sure. There's certain types of music where I might
lay down on the ground and listen, if I could. If I knew somebody was going to step on me,
I'm gonna lay down and do some hoppe right in the aisle. What up, Adrian?
I saw this documentary.
You listen to an Italian band right now, dude? Check out Tron. These guys are fantastic.
Let me look this up before I say it because it's hard for me to pronounce this guy's name.
What a cool! I love what they did with the font there. It's almost got a classic like PBS from the '70s treatment on the font, which I think is really fucking cool.
Jodorowsky's Dune. There's a documentary called Jodorowsky's Dune. So there's this French guy.
Ooh la la!
He was an artist. He became a film director. He made 2 really weird films. And then he basically got carte blanche because he had the second most popular film,
which is French,
in whatever year it was.
Did you mean to do that?
What, carte blanche? No, not at all. To do whatever, but he's like, so he asked his friend, like, what should I do? And the guy said, you should do Dune. So he decided he wanted to do this. So he made this. He got in touch with all these crazy art, like Geiger, some other, like some kind of really crazy comic book artists, and they made like this book. He basically shot for shot, laid out this movie, and it's crazy. The book's like this. And they tried to sell it to nobody bought it. So he basically,
it's a hell of a book.
But he had these crazy ideas, and he had convinced Salvador Dali to play one of the parts. I think it was going to be like, if he had actually done it, I think it's going to be like the worst movie ever made.
Is this the one where Salvador Dali comes in and does or he's not in it?
No, the movie never got made.
Have you seen that video clip of him coming in and doing that?
Mick Jagger was
statue out of like
a piece of aluminum foil.
Yeah, but there's a cut in there.
There is?
I think there's a cut.
I don't know.
People are talking about a cut being in there. There's word on the street. Word on the streets, we got a cut.
That would change things for sure.
Yeah, well, it's still art. It's still, the film is the art.
If the film is the art, then certainly it's beautiful. Sure. It is. It kind of, you're like, whoa, when you see it.
Joe Kowalski is out of his mind. What are we talking about? Jodora whiskey.
Yeah, but it's a good documentary because there was Dune would have been made, and then he was worried because then it got sold and David Lynch made it, and he was because he knew what a great weird artist he was. He's weird too, and he was worried that this was going to suck. He went to see it, and he just got happier and happier because he was terrible.
You're fucking terrible. Let's get into what we played. Boy, what a stack we got working tonight. Let me tell you something.
There's one more. I'm going to go get it.
Hey, would you grab me a brewski when you come back?
Sure.
I hadn't had a beer tonight, folks. No beer. No beer. Put it on this fucking Tight shot. I don't know why I reached for this. Maybe it was because I was talking about... Yeah, actually, I got the cover over here, Steve. The main cover.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. Sorry, I just realized what you were doing.
Oh. Go ahead to me. I'll get your beer. Which one? Miller Lite?
Yeah, Natty Light, I believe. Actually, yeah, hand me the Miller. It's a bigger one. Millers are always bigger.
You're a Miller.
Bill Evans at Town Hall. The old black and silver Verve. All new first concert recording. Recorded live at the Town Hall, February 21st, 1966. Not pulled this out in a fucking coon's age. It's been for fucking ever. And pretty damn good. Obviously, Bill Evans, it's so funny, man. Back when I first started buying records like this, nobody that gave a fuck about jazz records in the VC ever gave two flying fucks about Bill Evans. In the last few years, everybody's fucking nutting themselves over it. Like, oh, did you get the new Bill Evans fucking UQWC or whatever? And I'm like, man, you people shit all over these records just like 5 years ago. Nobody even gave a fuck. And truth be told, it's not a through and through record night record, because it does have some super slow parts at times, which is why I don't play that much Bill Evans on the program, even though I do love this record and some of my other Bill Evans shit as well. But let me set those down there. Some fucking VCL.
You know who loves Bill Evans?
Who's that?
There's this guy named Ryan who comes to fellowship. He's our substitute pianist.
He's a what?
He's a pianist.
Bing bong.
But he's a great jazz pianist. So he always introduces his pieces. He's like, for the first piece, I'll be playing Bill Evans. La, la, la. But he really, really plays it well.
Yeah, Bill Evans is fantastic. Bill Evans really is a keep the party going music. Correct. Although there's a couple of bangers. That's why it's the first record. I love having a record, but traditional record night vibes is the first record or two. It's like, all right, let's set the tone here. Let's everybody calm down. Been rushing in, come from the store, get off work, go to the store, do all that shit, come in. It's when you're like mixing your first cocktail. You're getting the weekend mode kind of started in your head. I typically don't like to jump right into something like, oh, I don't know, Motorhead, which this album, I've never really listened to this album. Prowler sent it last week. Wow. Fucking phenomenal. Also, if Prowler's watching, realized after the show, we're putting on that Iron Maiden record, and he was like, I think Zonkman was like, I think this is an OG. And I was like, what? Like, I didn't realize, I don't think, if it's not an OG, it's close. But yeah, something I failed to mention, which is fucking crazy. All those records are fucking killer. We played a few of them tonight. But anyway, that was the second record we played. For whatever reason, I've never really sat down and listened to that, not even digitally. And it's fucking, boy. Boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
That Maiden is an OG. God, you are a fucking maniac. I'm sorry I didn't mention that before. I should have realized, I don't know. I was just starstruck by all the records, I guess.
Wow.
Wasn't until we were putting it on after the show. Zombie was like, yeah, I think this is an OG. Came right out of some... I love making connections like this. Maybe it comes from me being in a rap rock band. Maybe it's because I was in a rap rock band, Steve. But going from... God, I think a bee just stung me in my eyeball. Could be a meth spider. I love going from something like Motorhead right into some ODB. I mean, that's the perfect... Dude, if you don't think these two kind of things mix together, I don't know. I think you're wrong, honestly. I think you need to do a better job. You need to do a better job. These things absolutely go together. Motorhead, ODB, sure. Another piece of that VCLT puzzle sent last week. Dicks. Kill from the Heart. Played side 2 tonight. Fucking love this record. And I've been after this for a little while. I missed a repress that came out last year or year before last or something like that. And yeah, I've been jamming all of those this whole week. Like a couple of times Jay's been over here and I've thrown those on there right off the rip. I kind of discovered something tonight. Coming out of that. I love this record. Hall & Oates, Private Eyes, right? And I hate to even say this. I played side 2 tonight, which is the one that doesn't have all the hits. And contrary to the way that I typically work, it's okay. But the first side with all the hits, I mean, Private Eyes, Maneater, I Can't Go For That. That's what I'm really after. I mean, I think that kills the second side. Anyway, Dork, I know, dude. You know?
He does gravitate to some stuff that I thought was kind of dorky, but
did you like Hall & Oates, don't you?
It got so... It was very... I mean, I like them, but I also...
See, to me, that kind of falls in this category of like...
I like Sarah Smile, and I like She's Gone. Those are fucking awesome. But I think it gets really kind of...
This is when I first started remembering things that were on the radio. Like this time.
Out of touch.
Like my mom was a big fan, actually, and
Robert Fripp's a big fan of Daryl Hall.
But the like I remember the what was I gonna say? Oh no, it reminds me of like Genesis Invisible Touch. It's one of the rare times that I love a record because it has the hits. Normally,
well, like Abacab.
Normally, I'm the complete opposite. I want the shit that's got the never heard of it stuff on it. But yeah. Anyway,
do you like Dire Straits? The what's the one with the dobro guitar on it?
Yeah.
It's got a lot of hits on it.
I mean, my favorite Dire Straits song, it's Sultans of Swing, but I mean, it has to be. But I like a lot of the other stuff too. That's just one of my all-times. Especially like when you come down to like radio song, for sure. I love those 2 solos at the end of Sultans of Swing. Actually, the last one. And it always pisses me off that classic rock radio fades out that last solo. They don't let it ever complete. That drives me crazy. Played this on Mr. Bizarro's channel last night. And I had to play the other side tonight. Only played one track last night. Yuri Gagarin, A Gift from Our Pal Metal Theologian. This album kind of got dropped to the wayside here recent for whatever reason. Probably because I can't ever remember the fucking name of it. I'm going to now. I've got it drilled in my fucking head now. It's such a great album. Named after the cosmonaut, Yuri Gagarin. I don't remember when it came out. I think it's a Swedish band. But yeah. Lots of heavy stoner, super space rock kind of stuff. There's some fuzzy riffs, but lots of guitar solo stuff. Think in the vein of like Earthless or something like that. But I like it even better. I like it better than Earthless. And I love Earthless. Swedish? Yeah, there you go. But this was, we played the other side tonight that I didn't play on the Mr. Beast channel last night. And super spacey stuff. Dude, you smoke you a fucking hog leg and put this shit on. Goddamn, you'll be rethinking your life plans, I'm telling you. Really good stuff. Couple of cats in the chat, Mr. Truck and Fredward is talking about some Public Enemy, and if I had this record and they were talking about it, well, fuck, I'm just gonna fucking play the thing. Takes a Nation. Aaron Griffin sent this in back in the day. It's beat all to hell, but it doesn't. It plays. Fuck. It's beat up like a house party hip hop record is gonna be beat up. I mean, I don't know what else you want to say. Plus, I'm pretty sure it was a Goodwill dollar deal. But some classic fucking Public Enemy vibes. Can't go wrong there. They were such a great and innovative group, and that holds up. A lot of hip hop can sound really, really dated, but the stuff that doesn't really becomes something. Like, I don't, to me at least, any of the Wu-Tang shit, none of that family stuff never seems stale or dated, or like a lot of the new kids though. I guess they call that like boom bap hip hop. You mean because it has like real instrument sounds, even if they're not actually playing in the studio, it's got real instruments on it. You know what I mean? Whether sampled or whatever. Love Over Gold is a really great record by Dire Straits. Great sound and recording. Yeah, a lot of that Dire Straits stuff is good. Ask Metal Theologian about Dire Straits. He'll tell you everything you need to know about him. He's a real big fan. Yeah. What up, skinny artist? I'd never listened to this record before. Steve brought this over, Midnight Oil. This is what I was gathering from the chat. They'd released some albums in Australia, mate. And then this is the first U.S. record that they put out. And it actually had some radio play and some hits and shit. I'd heard a couple of these songs.
Power and the Passion was like the hit. Yeah, it's a good record.
I remember Cameraman got the, what's the one from 87, 88? The black.
Something in oil, no, something in diesel or something. What the fuck was that called?
Remember he got that like a...
Diesel was in the title.
Diesel?
Diesel?
Cock Diesel? Diesel and Dust?
Yep.
Is that the one?
Yep.
Like black with like a Panavision kind of style photo on it?
Yep.
Okay. I just remember that. That's what we played. Did I already say that?
We also played that.
Oh yeah, where's yours at?
I gave it to you.
Nope, you took it back.
Nope, I gave it back to you.
Nope.
Oh, here it is. Yeah, I took it back.
Hoppe, stay off it, folks.
It's the...
Yeah, I don't remember you getting this.
Butterfly 3001, which is a remix album from the Butterfly 3000 album that came out 2021. That's 2022.
From King Gizzard and Wizard.
Yeah, so you had all these artists doing their mixes on songs on that record. Yeah, it's an electronic album. They like took a twist. They were doing all that microtonal stuff right before that, and then they did this electronic.
Listen to the DJ Shadow track right off the rip, was good. The Scientist is on here. Doing some kind of dub versions. Deaton Chris Anthony, Yusu, Donate Dizit. Some of these people I don't know. Brill, I don't know these people. Damn Funk, Flaming Lips, Terry Tracksuit, Fred P. Peaches.
Terry Tracksuit.
There's somebody called Terry Tracksuit on this. What we heard of that, we didn't get to hear a whole bunch of this, but it was really cool. Really cool. I don't remember. See, this is the problem with them. I don't even remember their record called this. The original record. So me hearing the remixes is, I don't know. It's like the first time I'm hearing the record. There's so many.
So then theirs will be the remix.
Yeah, there's so many that I can't keep them straight.
Well, I also got tickets for my birthday. I got tickets to go see them in Richmond.
Hell yeah. How far away is Richmond? 2.5, 3 hours?
About 2.5.
Tank!
No, it's more than that.
Stop eating your foot. I can hear it. It's driving me crazy. Tank! She eating her foot.
Yep.
Knock it off. Or I'm gonna cut your head off and throw it out the window, and then you'll have to. I'll go out there and use the restroom on it. You don't want me to do that, do you? Yeah. All right. Let's let me load up some fucking marbles. I'm sitting here fucking twiddling my fucking yang over here, Steve. Also, be a good time to possibly queue up another one of these old shots. Just getting just right. Not over the line. Not over the line. I hope that's matching the beat underneath you. Or that's going to be a problem. Hitting random. Oh, this one looks scary. All right, let's get in here, folks.
All right.
Let me bring it up.
I'm coming. I like this. This a long. These seem longer.
Thank you for noticing.
Between the first fret and up to about the 10th, they seem wider. Is that
wider? True? It's a little wide. It's not a yeah. It's I like my frets a little wider.
I don't think I've played a Parker before.
Bark Parker.
If you know, Adrian Ballou played a Parker.
Yeah, he played a night fly.
And it was
or a fly
modified for him too. It's got all kinds of synth shit in it.
I'm pouring a shot.
Live shot. There we are.
Did I enter? Did I enter?
Hold on. Let me enter.
I don't think I entered.
Did I enter?
Is everybody in?
Thought I did. Exclamation point.
Not making them at night, Dad.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, I was already in there. My shit's gray. I gotta change the fucking color. My shit's gray. Clip that.
All right, cheers, everybody. Let's do a shot. You pour one?
What's that?
You pour one?
Shot?
Yeah.
Yep. You can start. I mean, we're going to be going around in a circle here for a minute.
Yeah.
All right, everybody's in.
All right.
Well, that's all my shot. That's the rest of my shit right there.
We don't have a community track number. Track record. Sorry. Here we go.
Track record. Oh,
we got 19 motherfuckers in here, Steve.
What's that from?
What?
Track records.
Huh.
Anybody want to tell me what's that from?
It's like a giraffe butthole.
I bet Merv knows where that's from.
Let's go to the tape. Oh, look at this guy. Butthole City.
Yep. Bill got it. Bill Box of Sound. The Who, Sell Out.
Ah.
I love that album.
Me too.
I love sound. I love sound effects. I mean, I'm a Pink Floyd fan.
Who Sell Out's probably my favorite. I also love Odds and Sods a lot. Look at Carl up here putting in work. His marble ain't rolling like he's got a bum hip. Of course, I guess it's not a bum hip anymore. He's got a new hip. New hip.
All right.
But here comes the fucking cavalry. Whoa! Holy shit. Oh, Carl's off the board. That's so fucking unfortunate. Lots of people fucking hitting the dirt out there. Song Man up in front right now. Is he going to get held up here? No, he pops through. Look at Melted Lotion there. Holy shit. Wow. Right at the fucking end. Stealing it like a goddamn bandit. Man.
Why is it fucking gray? I just tried to change my fucking name to red, and it's still gray.
He slid in there like a fucking Bosnian mercenary at the last second. Steve Sack. That's what he says, Steve Sack. Actually, we pulled the only things out of there. I got to send those to Vance.
If I can just get Mike to give me the money to send it, I'll send everything.
Yeah. But you don't have any of it anymore.
I still got everything. I still have it all. I just don't know where the fuck it goes. I actually have a list.
Do you really?
I do. I have a list on my Google Doc that like says like whatever, you know, like whatever. Some VHS tape goes to Scotty, or you know. I think I took Scotty some of his stuff.
Oh, the camera's frozen. Do me a favor, go up there and so the side button, just cut the camera off.
This side?
Yep, hold it down. Wait just a second.
Pretty warm.
And then just turn it back on right there. You know, fucking prime opportunity though.
Did it work?
I don't know. I don't want to look yet. We don't ever get to do it anymore. King Kachonga.
Oh.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, Mr. King Kachonga. What up, Wizard? I pulled my marble. It should have stretched before. Holy shit. It's fucking brutal. All right, let's get into Dig of the Week action. This is where the rubber meets the road, Steve. This is what everybody's here for. We've had a lot of fun tonight. We played some records. We talked about some stuff that came out today. But what the people really want to see is the digs of the week. The fresh stuff added to the collection each week. And boy, we got some powerful stuff coming this week. Let's take a look.
Let's take a look, shall we?
Let's go to the tape.
To the dig of the week. I need to make a new dig of the week open. Yeah. Time for a new dig of the week open. Coming soon.
How about me digging a hole with a shovel? We should get Jay digging a hole and screaming at his son while he's doing it. Like get mad at him for no reason.
Or me on the toilet and I'm like just digging.
While you're on the toilet?
No, like digging, like with toilet paper.
Oh.
Like just digging up your ass.
Why would you do that? Why would you go in your ass with toilet paper? Like, I get on your ass, but in your ass seems, I don't know, a little extreme to me.
I'll go ahead and show mine since I probably shuttered it now.
Sure.
So, another thing I've been working on is we've had to pivot.
Okay.
My band Uncle Watson's.
The what?
Hey, what happened to the top of this?
Right by there. Look, see how good I am when I don't drink? I'm sharp as a fucking tack.
So Uncle Watson's is having to put a pause right now. Some things aren't going well for one of our members, and just dealing with that. We're just like, let's just put a pause on it.
AIDS!
No, because there's a project we've been talking about, and so we're going to do a Bad Company free tribute, because that gives me a really good chance to actually sing, like with the Zeppelin thing, which I've been doing for 25 years now, I think, or something like that. It's crazy. I don't consider most of that singing, like with my true tool.
You're doing a thing. You're doing
it's a parlor trick, yeah. But Paul Rodgers is probably my favorite rock singer.
PR? Really? He's your favorite rock singer?
I think he is my favorite rock singer.
Wow.
And I think every song is actually they're simple rock songs, but they evolve around his voice. And I've never heard anybody do more huhs and whoas and woos and than any line he'll throw in a huh, yes. It's like almost like a James Brown thing.
I'm still taken back. That's a strong statement.
That's a very strong statement.
That's a strong statement.
Out of me, fuck yeah.
Yeah, don't know. I would.
Well, that gives me a chance to do what I like to do, which is sing very soulful, bluesy, in my range, baritone kind of stuff. You know.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of my favorite rock singer. I would probably be Eric Burden.
His voice doesn't. I wouldn't put that there though. I mean,
not in terms of talent.
But I'll put like his spunk. I'll definitely put his spunk there.
Talent-wise, it would be Mike Patton for me.
As a singer?
Oh yeah.
That's weird though.
No.
Operatic.
He does everything.
Yeah.
And the more everybody's always like, oh, Axl Rose has the most range. Patton has like 2 or 3 octaves above him.
Oh, there's a lot of people, with better range.
Yeah. But yeah, Patton is for me, he's the vocal god. He can do super aggressive, he can do super pretty, and also super low, and then like Italian opera.
Right.
And like, that's pretty incredible.
That's true.
But I mean, for like pure rock and roll power, I like Eric Burden. There's something about his kind of.
I think there's a thing about Patton's voice. It's kind of nasal though, which
it can be.
It's kind of like, it's kind of like a mark.
It can be, but he changes
someone
it so much.
Someone who uses. If you are a singer and you use the voice.
Scott Stapp, sure.
Oh, anyway, so this is my dig. So anyway, I've been doing a deep dive on Paul Rodgers. And,
Double D.
He did a solo album after coming out of he had some really serious blockage and shit, and he had some surgery done, some veins near his vocal cord.
That's why the toilet paper was inside.
So
blockage.
So he was out of commission for a while, but he did this album in Canada. He threw together a band of folks in Canada. I think it was probably during the pandemic. So it was during that time where he's healing, but obviously I think I've heard good things about it. I haven't listened to it yet because it's still in shrink here. But I think I teased this earlier. Something about the cover. When I saw it opened up, I thought this is like Steve's sack, but I guess this is Paul's sack.
It's Paul's Roger. What the fuck? Let's hold that fucking phone, shall we?
Paul's sack. It's called Midnight Rose. And it came out last year. And the other cool thing, because I saw this it might have been on a CBS Sunday Morning or something, but it's on Sun, so Sun has regrouped, I guess.
Sun
Records, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah,
it's like that squeeze.
But I haven't listened to it yet. I think I maybe heard 1 or 2 tracks. But
what's it sound like?
It sounds like Paul Rodgers.
Is there a song where he says Paul Rodgers says his own name in the song?
I know that's the big.
No!
That's the big hang up.
Not the pickle.
Here's a paper towel or a small one.
No, we're gonna need something.
Okay, but
maybe.
I know that the hang up for you for that whole the idea of Bad Company was the fact that they did a titular song.
No, I don't care. It's whatever. Here's a. Have you ever been in a band where you've said your band's name? I'm just curious.
I've not.
It's right over here. That's some meat and potatoes right there.
Oh wow! I need more. I'll get another one. Damn.
I got some tampons we can split open and spread out.
Might help to get some of this shit off the table.
No, because the reason I asked that is we actually had a song in the 5 L's. It was our theme song.
Really? You had a theme song?
Yeah.
How'd it go? You played it on the guitar one night.
Yeah.
I've got video of that.
That baritone thing.
With the 5 L's.
Yeah.
I thought you were just making that up.
No.
Y'all had a theme song?
Yeah.
Well, then shut up about Bad Company.
No, I don't have a problem with that.
You always make fun of it.
No, I think it's hilarious. No, I have to say when the song comes on the radio, I have to go. I can't remember who does this song. That's the joke. But no, it's not a bad song. And they're not a bad band. Drink it off from the desk like you were drinking it off of a Ford LTD floorboard? Sure. 100%. Oh, so is that what you, is that your digs?
That was it. Just that one. Can't wait to hear it.
I got some cool shit here. I pulled the old, Hold Please up at Hippo in Winston-Salem.
Hey, what do y'all think of Paul Rogers?
I bet Vance is a big fan. I'm pretty sure Vance is a pretty big fan.
What I realize is he plays piano. He's the one playing piano on Bad Company, on all the songs that had the piano. And I realize that he writes a lot of the songs, but he's not a great piano player, but he plays simple rhythms on piano. So the songs are simple kind of simple rhythm songs.
That's a great way to write songs in general, is write them on a piano.
But I will say what I really am enjoying is going back and discovering all this music by Free. Free was fucking kick ass.
Paul Rogers, good singer.
Yeah.
Yeah, simple can be good, 100%. In fact,
I'm a simple man.
I prefer simple, generally speaking.
And that's one thing John always tries to drill into me. And he's right. He's like, the key is to keep it simple.
At least start there.
Because when you're in a band, though, you get the effect of all the bands playing it together. But when you keep it simple like that, it really fucking works.
You know, Secret Tom, there were times when we were writing songs for the 5Ls, and we would write something pretty progressive and intricate. And we did a lot of that stuff too. But like, we would write something and practice it and nail it, and then you take a break and be like, all right, let's run through that a few more times. Da 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 da, and we nailed it. We're nailing it. But it's like, it's also fucking Wednesday night. And I'm like, guys, are we going to be able to play this drunk as fuck on a stage? Let's take a moment. We were all, I have to say, I've played with guys that are tremendous musicians. You give them a Bud Light and a shot of tequila, they turn into fucking Corky Thatcher from Life Goes On. One of the best guitar players I've known in my entire life. You give him he's doing this, da 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 da, and I'm like, dude, you are fucking 4 frets off, like off, and everybody in the crowd is going, what the fuck, like that bad. But otherwise, like literally giving me guitar lessons, like that good. Anyway, but that's what was great about the 5Ls crew, is like we all got fucked up and we all did really well playing our shit
when you're fucked up.
Yeah,
that's the key.
And that brought the energy, because the crowd's fucked up. One of us. That's kind of the vibe. And but I did have to check. I had to check some motherfuckers in the middle of practice and be like, there's no shot all 3 of us are going to be locked on this every time we play this live. There's no shot.
It's probably some like progressive. I'm
like, dude, let's take half of that and let's incorporate some of the cooler parts of that, but come on. Anyway, smell the kerosene?
A little bit. What is that? Litter box?
Kerosene. It's
kerosene.
Sure.
What?
Yeah. It's a situation.
Where's that coming from?
We're working on it. I got to call into a man. You ever have to call a man for a problem?
Is your heat kerosene?
No. Which one?
I don't know.
I don't have heat. I don't know why I asked that. I don't have heat.
He saves a lot of money, y'all.
Dude. Tons. The bank account after this winter is fucking screaming. It's bulging. It's like a fucking wristwatch wrapped around fucking Rachel Ray's wrist. It's begging for its fucking life. Begging for its fucking life right now. And I don't mean any disrespect, because goddamn do I fucking love Rachel Ray. Shit. Don't get me fucking started. How about like COVID Rachel Ray when she really let it go? Anyway, I did a little hold please at the local recortorium around here and picked up something that's been a little bit of a hole in the collection for a while, and I should have picked up the reissue a couple of years ago. It's one of those I wish I would have, but I finally got it.
Oh, yeah.
The fucking Eddie Hazel joint. And I don't know what pressing this is. I can't really figure it out. The guy was like,
I got the most recent reissue.
You picked it up?
Yeah, I got it.
You guys know Eddie Hazel, of course, from the fucking P-Funk family, and
we've played it on the show.
Have we?
Yeah.
Sure.
It's fantastic.
It's so good. It's so good. And it was,
that's the first thing we're going to play after.
It really was one of those things that, as soon as it was released and I was into other things, or maybe I was busy or my brain was somewhere else or whatever, and I was just kind of skipped over it. And I saw people show it, and I was like, oh man, it's so killer you picked that up. And I'm like, yeah, why didn't you pick it up? Because it was like $22.
I showed it on the show.
It was like 22. It was not an expensive reissue, I don't believe.
No.
It was a pretty reasonable deal. You can look at that. Well, you don't have your glasses, Steve. Oh, you got your glasses? Oh, those are sunglasses.
These are.
See if you can tell what. I don't know. It's not that that's
Where
important.
are my glasses?
It plays good. It's a killer album. It's good stuff. What a fantastic album. You know what I learned about this? Here's an interesting you want to hear a factoid, Steve? I got a factoid about that record. Where's my factoid? Oh yeah, here it is. Check this out.
1977.
A 1994. This was super fucking rare and hard to find, and the originals go for fuck tons of money. Legendarily fuck tons of money, right? So in 1994, an episode of the TV series Homicide: Life on the Street. You remember that?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I guess in that show, one guy fucking offs another guy because he fucks up his copy of this record. Or steals it or something.
What record?
That record.
Oh, this one?
Yeah. Because it's so rare and it was so expensive that like something happened where somebody stole it or fucked it up or whatever, and the guy killed the other guy.
Oh, wow.
And that was the whole point of that episode, was what happened, and that was what happened.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? I stumbled across that today as I was looking shit up about this, because I knew stuff about the record, but not enough to really talk about it like a human being, and other than grunting and being like, oh yeah, bro, dude, you ever heard this? Bro. That's pretty much what I had, other than, obviously P-Funk shit. But yeah. From possibly this was from a different time, maybe it's from the same store. I knew I wanted this record. When I saw it. I don't think I did a hold please on it. I went in there for maybe to pick this one up, actually. I think it was the same day. So I did a hold on the Eddie Hazel and went in there, and that's when I recently talked about how they had this barrage of stoner doom stuff that popped in there out of this one collection, apparently. And I've wanted this record for a long time. And I think Mr. B has this, as well as our pal Zeke the Vinyl Geek. He has actually brought it over, I believe. The Death Wheelers. Now, these guys, their whole shtick is imagine they're like a undead motorcycle gang from the 60s that play music. And each album is almost like a soundtrack for a biker movie that doesn't really exist, sort of. And man, it's so fucking good, dude. On a nice piece of wax, actually. little bubble gummy, which I love it when it complements the cover like that. That's really fucking dope. As a, with a design eye, that shit fucking tickles my fucking tambourines down low, if you know what I'm saying. But really cool. It's not their first record. I think it's the first one Riding Easy put out. They had some stuff before this, but it may have been more of demo or kind of low-key releases that they did previous to that. And I knew I wanted this. They had fucking $13.99 on it, used, boom, slipped in and picked it up. And I was really happy to, and I've actually been jamming this quite a bit, like off stream, because I haven't done it on Dig of the Week. Because I don't play things on the show if we've not done it on Dig of the Week. So I've been holding a lot of these back. But when me and Jay are over here watching fucking sports and shit in the living room, I always play records over here in the record room and pump it through the house and jam this. And I forgot how much I fucking love this record. So much so that at a different time when I went back to pick something else up that I had held, which we'll get to in a further Dig of the Week.
Is that Moby Dick? As I know Moby Dick?
I don't know.
So a drum solo on the end of this thing?
They also had the next one in there. So the next time I went back, I picked up the next one, which is, again, pretty much like a soundtrack for a biker movie that doesn't exist.
Cool.
Hard and fast, sleazy. Like it's like a sleazy stoner doom biker vibe band that's fucking awesome. Fucking awesome. You should read some of that stuff on there, Steve. Because it's their whole it's like comic book vibe to them is really cool. You don't have to.
Gotta put I would say glass back on. Because I lost my glasses. This is my backup pair, and I broke them last time I was here. I think I was bending them, and I popped the fucking thing. In 1982, sparsity is run down, the crime rate is up, and so is the drug use. A new kind of kick has hit the streets, and it ain't pretty. DTA, a powerful, highly addictive, hallucinogenic drug, is transforming its loyal citizens into undead trash. Its users experience an indescribable high, but it leaves them rotting away within days, craving human flesh. No one knows who is dealing this new potent drug, but rumor has it that the motorcycle cult, the Death Wheelers, is behind this concoction. Could this be the end of civilization as we know it? What is motivating this group of psychotic individuals?
And that's how you fucking put together the back of your fucking album. Jesus Christ.
That's awesome.
Isn't it? That's fucking killer. It's crazy shit.
This is like a Lobotomobile.
So also at the same time, I do a hold please, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna pick up this one record, and I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna peruse the fucking 7-inch section, because that's technically what I'm really into at the moment. Like I want to beef up my 7 inches and 45s, and went over there and was surprised to find this. Actually, our pal Adam that works in there, he's like, oh, I didn't realize this was in there.
Oh, really?
In the company sleeve.
The Zombies.
Time of the Season.
Really?
Yeah.
Like an OG?
It's on. Was they're originally on Date?
Oh.
Time of the Season and fucking friends of mine. Hey, you guys are friends of mine.
Friends of mine.
That's the B-side. Fuck.
That sounds like a Duran Duran song.
You're a Duran Duran song. That is an OG. I have one too. Bill says, "Yeah, this was it was $4.99, which is more than I would typically pay for a. No, it's not true. It's more than I normally pay. It's not more than I'm willing to pay, especially for something like that. And I don't have that zombie. Do you have that Zombies record? Don't you have it?
Yeah. It's
Oracle and the Odyssey.
It's a reissue.
Odyssey and the Oracle.
Yeah, it's a reissue.
Yeah, but still, that's something. That's another one. I've wanted that for a long time. And
these guys are still touring, I think.
Yeah, they do. Somebody just saw them recently and said they still put on a fucking hell of a show.
Is it Vance? He sees everybody.
Vance does see everybody. You know whose favorite band that is? You'll never fucking guess.
Cameron Kent.
You're close. You're closer than you should be.
Bill Horn. Or Bill O'Neill.
It's Wanda and her husband.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Wow, I would never thought that.
They went and saw him live. They they've been to some shows and stuff. I can't remember if it's him or her. That's the OG like big fan. But yeah, really happy to pick that up.
Yeah, I know.
And then finally, why am I sitting this on the fucking ground?
Let me see that. Where'd you put it? Let me see that.
So, in that same section from that same hall, you guys remember actually it's the same store but at a different location, and it's when I was with when Scotty came up for Steve's 60th thing.
Yeah, that was cool.
Like me and Scotty and Aaron Griffin, the Zonk Man, went to the other Hippo Records, which is in Greensboro. All of these other things have come from the Winston-Salem location. They have two around here, fairly close together here. And when I was over there, I scored a Uncle Acid 7-inch that I paid a little bit for. And dude, wow, really got it. The one song is not on any other album, number one. And the B-side is my favorite song they do, Devil's Work, the acoustic version. And the acoustic version may be fucking better than the fucking original. The acoustic version of Devil's Work is so fucking good. But what I found at the Winston-Salem location is the Mindcrawler 7-inch, which has Mindcrawler, which is look at this cover, first of all. And again, it looks like a fucking motorcycle movie. Look, it says rated R down there and shit. So we got a little theme working, I guess. I bought those the same day. I didn't even realize it. But Mindcrawler, and the B-side is Get On Home. And check it out. Fucking sealed. A sealed Uncle Acid 7-inch. No, it was what, $5.99?
Don't you have a graphic for seal?
I did. We had a sealed graphic. Now you're gonna make me. You're making me want to look for it. That's gonna take like fucking 14 minutes out of the show.
No, I wouldn't. If you don't know where it is,
I mean, no, not right off the rip.
It ain't worth that.
No. Is it signed and delivered? No. Does he dance on the sand? What? Are we talking about sand dancers? Oh, we're talking about Steve being a because I said Steve's a Duran Duran.
Oh.
His name is Rio, and he dances.
Actually, I figured out a really cool. Oh, I didn't figure it out, but they did a really cool acoustic version of "Save a Prayer." It's a really cool, like drop D acoustic version that I figured out. It's really neat.
You fingered out.
I fingered it out.
All right, folks. You want to know what my beef with Barino is? You're going to want to stay tuned and come back after this quick commercial break when we pop into a little so to speak and chip chat action that's going to knock your fucking socks off. I guarantee it. Money back guarantee right here. You heard it first on the GMRN program live on Friday night. Check your local listings. We'll be right back.
Grown Man Record ought to be back in a minute. Stick around.
Muscle Invasion Update. Scientists discover muscle things have come to wrestle. America's only hope, the Baffin Belt and the wrestling ring.
He moves left. He's hooked one. Into the battling belt it goes. He's got another. Folks, this wrestling ring may save the world. One more to go. He's got him. His battling belt. Oh, hard knocking, rockin' ring, battling belt, muscle figure packs, each sold separately. New from Mattel.
There's a great new taste you can't put down. Conn's corn dogs, they just hit town. Hey, Mom, we want Conn's corn dogs. Corn dogs. Conn's hot dogs and cornbread, heat and eat. It's a meal on a stick that can't be beat. Hey, Mom, we want Conn's corn dogs. Corn dogs. Get them at your store in the hot dog section. Conn's corn dogs are pure perfection. Hey, Mom, we want Conn's corn dogs. Corn dogs.
A tape of this quality deserves to be played in the most sophisticated of systems. Because Sony Premium Tape has more music, where other tapes have distortion and hiss. Sony Audio Tape. It's the closest you can get to music.
1952, George Stephen invents the incredibly durable Weber kettle. Incredible. It soon becomes the best-loved way to broil burgers and roast the Thanksgiving turkey.
We love it.
But nobody loves cleaning out the ashes.
We don't love that.
Weber engineers, deep in thought, invent the one-touch system. Weber's One Touch opens to circulate heat and seal in the juices.
Ooh.
Weber's One Touch closes to put out the fire. Best of all, Weber's One Touch sweeps out all the ashes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. The Weber One Touch, only from Weber.
Fuck, I was trying to, I can't even do it. I had the fucking, the wrist lock, the last, where you wear the, never mind. Beer. What are you guys doing? Steve had to go change his man pond. So we'll get into a soda speak when he comes back.
Soda stuff.
Oh no, it's your Sunday? Back to work tomorrow? Holy shit.
I'm Reggie O'Diddy.
That's not good. Already did the open.
Yeah.
The butt open. Do you have a soda pop, Steve?
There's something weird here.
Oh no, the camera's frozen.
Really? No, it's not.
Nah, you got randied. I just randied you.
All right, so this is a.
Hey, hit play on that. Hit play on that.
Play on what? This?
Yeah, just hit play. I'm sorry. I mean that.
This is. I don't even know what this is.
Just hit play.
Nope, I swamped it.
Oh,
I don't know what it is. We're gonna push play on this.
That could be pornography.
Could be. See what this is. Whoa.
Sure. Perfect.
H1. This is a probiotic soda.
Okay, let's take a.
It's water. It's called Poppy.
Yeah, we did one last week.
Did you?
Yeah.
This is the watermelon flavor.
Okay, Zonkman brought this.
Did y'all do that?
Fucking fun.
What flavor did y'all do?
There's one more in there actually. It's like a cherry limeade.
I brought this one.
It was a cherry limeade, I believe.
This is watermelon.
That's so fucking funny. Have you had them before? Interested to see what you think about it.
Has a diet drink flavor to it.
Got a little bite on the back end.
Yeah, like I won't say tab, but
that's a little more pronounced than what we had last week. I think I'm a big watermelon guy, like flavor wise, and that like
I'm a watermelon guy.
Like that would be my go-to for like a can. Okay, say I'm getting an adult candy or a fucking a seltzer or something like that. Watermelon is kind of my go-to, like artificial flavor.
Adult candy.
But that's a little weird. The cherry limeade I think was better.
Was it better?
And it's not only probiotic, but there's
it just wasn't. It didn't have the flavor of watermelon that because that back end thing kind of ruined it for me.
Is it just watermelon?
Yeah.
Interesting, because that's what I always pine for. Is because people are always doing like watermelon lime.
Do you drink watermelon juice out of the bottom of the bowl?
Fuck yeah! Are you kidding me? There's a picture of me when I'm like 3 years old, chomping down on a rasher of watermelon.
A rasher. I never heard that.
With my shirt off and my belly button was filled with fucking watermelon juice.
So use the word rasher in a sentence.
He cut me off a rasher of watermelon.
Well, don't go now. We're gonna get you a rasher.
Don't run off now. We're gonna split a watermelon after a while now.
There you go.
That's Charlie Mills.
That's Dylan talk.
That's Charlie Mills. That's
Charlie Mills.
That's a guy me and Jay grew up with and hung out with. His dad, who my dad knew, perfect, because my dad ran grocery stores. Charlie was a He was a Coke man. He was always a Pepsi guy. A
distributor.
And he ran a truck and ran around and filled up stores.
Route salesman.
So anytime I said, "Hey, me and Jay's going to go hang out with Chuck," and my dad's answer every time, or question every time, was, "Charlie's boy?" Yeah, Charlie's boy. He'd always say, "Charlie's boy?" Well, yeah, Chuck. But anyway, why was I talking about Chuck Mills?
Rasher.
No.
I think so. I think it was.
No. Oh, we're talking about watermelon.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Charlie Mills he would say, "Don't run off. We're going to split a watermelon after a while."
Split a watermelon.
Yeah. Which we didn't say in my family, but Charlie Mills said it. Anyway, also there's a picture of me not only eating a rasher or a watermelon. There's a picture. I'm gonna make this poster size.
Is it you south of the border?
No, it's not me.
It's like Paul is dead. The whole Paul is dead thing.
When I was probably 2 years old, maybe 18 months, they took me. My grandpa, who was in a band, they set me down in a 5-gallon bucket. You can just see my head just over the top. And I'm squalling my fucking head off. And my mom took a picture of it because they're fucking assholes. And it literally is the greatest picture ever.
Yeah.
Me in a 5-gallon bucket.
Squalling.
Screaming my head off. Why is that not fucking 18 by 24?
That should be the logo.
Yeah.
That should be your logo.
Dude. Let's really
talk
great.
about that.
Yeah. It's more of a Whiteboard Wednesday situation, but yeah, I think we should talk about that. Yeah, totally. We should do that. We should butt do it.
God, that would be great.
How about we do a chip chat?
Potato chips, how my mom does potato chips, how my
I didn't fuck the audio up.
Excesso, calorious. Excesso.
There's a lot of stuff on the chip, is what you're saying.
Those
are thick.
Papas.
Look at that.
Es delicioso.
Sting City. You see, like, more sober than used to be, Mike handled the audio thing a little better than I don't know where I'm at, Mike. Where I'm at, Mike. I'm kind of proud of myself. Does it seem right? I mean, it's fair. It's a fair assessment. So we had a few chips left. Which one did you decide to do, Steve?
It's a Doritos, but it's got the Asian. I don't know. It says it does. It does say spicy nacho.
This came from our pal. This is the last bag. And let's give a nice warm round of applause. Let's give a nice warm stream welcome and applause to our pal Wizard of Video Games, who sent this incredibly large box. I was thinking of an ex-girlfriend. This incredibly large box of foreign chips. And this is the last one of the box. So we've been rocking and rolling with this for a few months now, off and on. If I'm not mistaken, this is we did the original version of this. This is a Dorito. Were you here? Were you here when we did the regular one? You may not have been. So it's a Doritos spicy nacho, which is a normal flavor here. We have a spicy nacho here in America, but you notice up there in the corner it says I'm not gonna do the accent. I'm not gonna do the accent. But I believe what we came to find out is these are from China. So these are Chinese spicy nacho Doritos. Again, I'm not going to do the accent.
Or the gong sound.
I have a gong. So yeah.
Where's your gong? Didn't you used to run around the house banging on it, pissing your dad off?
I don't know, man. I keep looking for it. It must be gong. So you tell me, because I'm guessing it's going to be just like the regular Doritos we had. Oh, I remember you can't open them. You have to do them this way. Oh, it's a tear guy. You can't open them normally. You have to tear the corner. That's -1 right there. Original day. God, splitting the top of this is like tearing the top of a dog food bag open. Yep.
Hold on, I got to do this up.
It's got a little spice to it.
Is it the same spice we have with our spicy nacho, or?
It may be different, but what do you notice? Oh, those are pretty fucking spicy.
They're not red, but they do have that red.
Oh, they're more.
They have that red spice flavor.
I think they're more spicier. They're spicier than the ones here.
No, but well, you know, how they put that red shit on everything. Spicy Cheetos or Flame. They call it Flame.
But think about the texture, though. Look how much thicker these are than Doritos here. It's a different animal. It's like the same. See the regular Doritos we did.
Yeah. They
tasted like regular Doritos, but they were thicker. So you were like, oh, these could hold up to a dip. It was a whole different complexion they were made of. These may be. I've not bought spicy. You guys tell me, how spicy are spicy nacho Doritos? Are they fucking because these are pretty fucking spicy. I think this is pretty spicy. But definitely, when you're talking the integrity of the chip, it's much thicker than a Dorito. And it does have some color to it, but Steve's right. It's not bright red or flaming orange or anything. And I don't know what the normal spicy Doritos look like, to be fair, but... Two out of 10 for spicy nacho US. Oh. This will be a 7. Wouldn't you think so, Steve?
Yeah.
Spicy wise?
Yeah. They're very spicy.
Yeah, they're hot. they're like, I eat a couple of chips and let me back off for a second hot. They're not like kill the whole fucking thing hot. 100%. I think we just wrap this bitch up. I think what we're gonna do is go back over to Twitch. If you're not following us on Twitch, folks, do us a fucking favor, will you? Go over to Twitch and drop us a follow. We're gonna do some late night jams over there. Some of you guys on YouTube have never seen the late night graphic even.
Nope.
Why is that showing up? We're gonna have some late night jams over on the Twitch side of things. So be sure to come over there, drop us a follow, and hang out for a little bit. Won't be going long. Won't be going long. That's the new steez. But we at least got a good fucking hour of us over on Twitch playing some record albums and doing some shit. So
yeah, we want to watch Mannix.
We want to watch Mannix. Rap some hip hop. What the fuck are we saying? Look at that. Look, Steve, look behind you. It's a commercial.
For Bojangles.
Oh. It's got the real commercials in it. All right, folks. Fuck.
All right.
God damn it. Come back over to Twitch for some late night jams. Appreciate you guys hanging out. It's been a lot of fun, man. And have a good rest of your weekend. And don't forget, we'll be back on Sunday night for the Postmasters Report and Shelving Show. Brought to you by Ice Blue Aqua Velva. For all things basement-y.